All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon. I've got some Metazoo updates for you guys today, kind of. Some rumors, some substantiated. I know it's been a while, so long time no see. There hasn't really been many updates as of late, and one of the main reasons for that is I don't think that anything can really happen until after October 24th, which is the deadline to file a claim if you are owed money by Metazoo. So I don't think they can really do anything as far as the bidding or the sales, and I don't think they can even submit that to the court until that deadline to file a claim is expired. Then I think even beyond that October 24th deadline, once they do, submit this offer to the court, whoever it is, whatever it is, I think then the people that are owed money that filed their claim, they'll have the opportunity to appeal before the judge makes a decision. So I'm sure there's going to be another deadline even after the 24th for people. Essentially, they're going to notify people. I would think this is how it's going to work. They're going to notify people what the offer was. So, like, this is the proposed solution, and what do you think about this? Is essentially what that would look like. So I'm assuming this process is probably going to take, at a minimum, the rest of the year to finalize. Now, the big question that everybody has been wondering is, who is the buyer? So, frankly, there hasn't really been any big updates on that, except for a couple of nights ago. I did a live stream, and it's been a while since I've done a live stream, and there was a guy in there by the name of Chris. He is the owner of Cardi.io, and if you don't know what that is, that's the company that developed Metazoo's online client, Cryptid Clash. And they are also one of the biggest creditors. They are one of the people that's owed the most money in this bankruptcy process. I believe the number was over $1 million of what they filed for. So he was in the chat last night, and he said he knows who won the highest bid, who won Metazoo's IP, essentially. He said that he couldn't say, but he did drop some interesting clues. He did say that it wasn't Steve Aoki. He said it was going to be whoever it was is going to be something or somebody that blows our minds. So it sounds like it's going to be something that maybe a company or a person that a lot of people know. But I think the most important part of what he said was it's not Steve Aoki. I believe he also said it wasn't Wizards of the Coast. And I believe he also said it wasn't Hasbro. He was responding to a few people's questions. But so the reason why this is valuable is because Chris is probably one of the most trustworthy people we've got when it comes to information like that. And the reason I say that is, being the owner of the company that's one of the companies owed the most amount of money by Metazoo, if they did have a high bidder, a winner of the IP, I'm assuming they would do some kind of meeting with that owner, or just a meeting with the creditors in general, the people that are owed the most money, and saying, look, this is the offer we got, this is who it is. Does this seem satisfactory to you? You guys are owed the most amount of money. You're probably going to have the most sway with the judge. So I'm assuming if anybody else were going to be cut in on that information, it would be somebody like Chris that owns a company that's one of Metazoo's biggest creditors. They're owed the most amount of money. So it's interesting that he says that. So he claims he knows. It seems like he's optimistic about who or what it is. And he also said it's going to be a 2025 thing, so kind of confirming that this whole process probably won't be something that's resolved this year. It's probably not going to, we might not even know until 2025. But I think it's important to remember that right now, everything you're hearing about, bids, somebody buying Metazoo, the highest bidder, all this stuff is being done through the trustee, which is important to remember because that means none of this is finalized. Even if they're, running through this stuff with some of the people that are owed money, this has to be submitted to the judge for approval, and it has not been at this point. I don't think it will be, like I said, until after October 24th. So, yeah, this is great that the trustee is organizing all this and maybe found somebody that's willing to make a high offer, and they found a highest offer from maybe a really good company or whatever. But it's important to remember that this is just the trustee doing this. So even though they may have won the highest bid with the trustee, it's still far from finalized, because at the end of the day, the judge could just say, nope, I don't like that, and just dismiss that whole element of this and say we're going to auction off the product ourselves or whatever. But I'm assuming it's a good offer and probably something that's going to appease the most people, I think, is the goal. The most people that are owed money, I think, is the goal. So in addition to that, the other rumor that's been going around is who the highest bidder is. Who's the person or company that's going to be buying Metazoo? And I want to preface this by saying this is entirely speculation, entirely a rumor, and I've really seen nothing substantiating it. Like, I don't know where this rumor is coming from, like what the source material is for this, but this is what I've seen the most frequently. And again, I don't know where they're getting this or where it's coming from, but constantly in the comments on the Metazoo Facebook page, in different Discord groups, on Instagram, there's a lot of people saying Fanatics is the buyer. And again, I don't know where they're getting this. Fanatics, specifically Michael Rubin, who owns Fanatics, is somebody that I had been told prior was interested in buying Metazoo, and I guess has some kind of affiliation or friendship with Steve Aoki. So it doesn't seem that far-fetched that it could be Fanatics. I know that recently Fanatics has been trying to expand into more broadly being associated with collectibles, especially with Fanatics Live. I know that, they're kind of, a lot of people associate them specifically with sports memorabilia and collectibles, jerseys, autographed balls, autographed cards, whatever. But I know that in recent years, specifically the last year, they've been trying to branch out into a more broader field of collectibles, like I said, with Fanatics Live. And one of the things that I did see on Instagram was a guy that's a Fanatics Live streamer or is in some way affiliated with Fanatics Live, posted a story that said Metazoo takeover, it's going to be interesting. So I don't know how much confirmation that really is of this rumor, if it's just some random streamer. I believe Fanatics Live, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty similar to Whatnot. So it's just kind of like a Whatnot streamer saying that. But the main rumor that I'm hearing is Fanatics. And again, total speculation, total rumor. I haven't really seen anything concrete or solid that confirms this, but it is an interesting option. And that's the first option that I've really heard throughout this whole process. And I know throughout most of August I didn't post a video, and that's because, like I said, there's really been nothing new uploaded to the court case, no new motions, nothing really groundbreaking. And I think the reason is they've got to wait for that October 24th deadline. I mean, now everybody was sent these letters in the mail notifying them that they're owed money, and now the court just kind of has to wait for all those people to get those letters and file their claims before they can move forward with the sale. So I think that's kind of why it's been in limbo the past month or so, why there haven't really been any big updates. I think following October 24th, or maybe leading up to it, we might see some interesting stuff. But I think until people start getting those claims in, we're not really going to see much update in terms of who's buying Metazoo or the sale of Metazoo or whatever. There's been a lot of interesting theories, but the Fanatics one is the one that I'm seeing over and over and over again. So if you guys know where that rumor came from, like what's the source for that? Was there, something Fanatics posted or liked? I mean, I could not find where this is coming from directly. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments below and I'll look into it. But that's kind of it for the video. Just a minor update. It looks like, I guess, to answer the question, somebody did win. There is a buyer, and there was like a number one guy, according to Chris. It's not Steve Aoki, according to Chris. It's not Hasbro. It's not Wizards of the Coast. And it's possibly Fanatics, according to the rumor. It's interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens with this, and hopefully we have some good Metazoo news here in the near future, because it's been kind of stale here lately. And I wanted to thank, I don't know who it was, but I was going through my other office, and I was opening up, I was just like cleaning up and moving around some packages, and I found an envelope. I don't know what I ordered or who sent it to me, but there was an envelope that said bonus cards on it. So sometimes when you buy stuff on eBay, people just send, some bulk or whatever with your order. And I guess I had just forgotten to open it up, because I always get bonus card envelopes with a lot of my eBay purchases. And I opened it up. There's like 50 Hello Kitty Kuromi holographics in there. One of them was a Chibi Aura. One of them was a Kuromi number 4. So like 2 Sanrio 6. So I'm sorry, I don't know who you were. or what I bought from you or what you sent me and threw in those bonus cards, but I wanted to thank you in this video because I'm just now seeing that package, and someone threw in, you know, some really heavy hitter cards as just free bonuses for whatever that was. So whoever you are, if you're watching, let me know in the comments below because I appreciate you. And I felt bad when I opened that because it's been sitting in that office for maybe a couple months now, and I had no idea there was like a bunch of banger cards in that bonus card envelope. So whoever you were, thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry that I just now saw the bonus card package, but thank you. That's all for today. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out.